Welcome to this week's iClass given by Rabbi Mendy Lowenthal from Chabad of South Kensington. Purim. It's that time of year. We will give out Mishloach Manot, we will hear the Megillah, and we will give out gifts to the poor. This week we will try to get our heads around this joyous but yet somewhat enigmatic festival. The class is based on a Hasidic discourse from the book Torah from the first Chabad Rebbe, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi. Vayihi b'mei Achashverosh. King Achashverosh made a big feast. He invited all the people from all his kingdoms to come and celebrate with him. The story goes that Haman tried to kill all the Jewish people, but in the end, together with Jewish Queen Esther's wit, we survived and had this beautiful festival to remember the story. The Talmud tells us that Mordechai, who is a key hero in this episode, tried to establish Purim as a formal festival just like Passover or Sukkot. But the rabbis did not accept his proposal. Okay, we will now ask 6 unrelated questions, and hopefully by the end of these 10 minutes, we will understand how they all connect. Number 1. So here we have a picture of a Purim party. Jewish law tells us that we have a special mitzvah to get so drunk on Purim that we don't know the difference between the blessing of Mordechai and the curse of Haman. On a mystical level, that means that we study Torah so much that it's like we're drunk. So it turns out that it's actually better not to consume any alcohol. The question is why? Why do we go so ballistic on Purim? Number 2, Passover. On Passover, we celebrate the Exodus from Egypt, our birth as a Jewish nation, Mount Sinai, the giving of the Torah. These are fundamental elements of Judaism. Yet, we don't see anyone getting super happy on these days. Why does Jewish law say that we get drunk on Purim, but not on Passover? Number 3. Why can we, drive a car on Purim, but not on Passover? If Purim is so great that we get drunk with joy, we go so ballistic, why are we permitted to drive? Why is it not a full-fledged festival? Number 4, why is Purim better than Shavuot? For some background to this question, here is a piece from the Talmud, Tractate Chabad, page 88a. Vayisyatzvu tachat tahar, and the Jewish people waited under Mount Sinai. Amar Rav Avdimi bar Chama bar Chasa. Rav Avdimi, the son of Chama, the son of Chasa, said, Melamed shekafa Kadosh Baruch Hu aleim et ahar kegigis. This teaches us that Hashem hung the mountain over their heads like a barrel. V'amar lehem, and he said to them, Im atem makablim haTorah, if you accept the Torah, mutav, it is good. V'im lav, and if not, sham tehei kivaraschem. You will be buried here. How heartwarming. We sat at the foot of Mount Sinai. God held the mountain over our head and said, Hey sweetie, if you accept the Torah, it's wonderful, and if not, I'm going to crush you alive. Beautiful. Amar Rab Acha bar Yaakov, Rab Acha the son of Yaakov said, Mikan modar rabba liaraita. This is a big thing against the Torah. It means that we were forced to accept it. So the Talmud answers, Amar Rabba said, Afal Pikein, nevertheless, Hadar Kiblu b'mei Achashverosh, the Jewish people truly accepted the Torah in the days of Achashverosh. As it says, Kimu v'kiblu ha'Yehudim, Kimu kiblu kfar. They observed what they had accepted already in the past. So the Talmud is saying that even though we had already received the Torah on Mount Sinai, we really had not kept the Torah all that time until it came along to the story of Purim. And the question is why? What is the difference between Purim and Mount Sinai? Why does the Talmud consider it that we did accept the Torah on Purim, but we did not really accept it on Mount Sinai? Question number 5. The Talmud tells us of a man that visits heaven. A man went to heaven. When he returned, they asked him what he saw. He said to them, I saw an upside-down world. Up was down, and down was up. They said to him, well, actually, you saw a correct world. Anyway, the Talmud continues, and I heard that they would say, happy is he who comes to heaven with Talmud knowledge. This story seems to indicate that it is positive to remember your Talmud classes before it is positive to remember your Talmud classes because they will come in handy upstairs. Why? Why would we need to know laws that deal with things in our lowly physical world once we get to heaven? Last question, number 6. Why is the Torah so nice to someone that is not able to study Torah? If you can't study, it's okay. Just study for 10 minutes a day, it's fine. But if someone can study but does not, the Torah says horrendous things. Okay. So these are the 6 questions, and now let's explore the answers. Okay. Torah. The Torah is called Mashal HaKadmonim, the proverb of the Ancient One. In the Kabbalistic description of the creation of the world, we find an infinite essence. From this essence shines a light that surrounds creation. Then we find the light that fills creation. But there is something higher than both these lights. The Ancient One, the essence that is above, the essence that is the essence of Hashem. The Torah is a parable that explains God in abstract terms. This means that the Torah, although it might be discussing the laws of brushing my teeth, it is really describing in abstract terms the mystical structure of us and God. Here's a chart to illustrate. If I don't understand brushing my teeth, I won't understand the Talmud. If I don't understand the Talmud, I won't understand Kabbalah. If I don't understand Kabbalah, I won't understand heaven. So now we can understand why the Torah takes it so seriously if someone can, but does not study the Torah. The Torah is the key to the divine. If I have the keys, I should use them. We can also understand why we need the Talmud when we get to heaven, because the physical laws will really help us understand the spirituality and what's going on up there. Now, Passover Shavuot is the time that we receive the Torah. It was like a wedding. Imagine, we have the bride, we had the groom, all the cousins were there, uncles, aunts, grandparents. Everyone is smiling and happy. The groom is being very nice. Hashem is the groom, and we, the Jewish people, are the bride. Hashem is being really romantic. He just took us out from Egypt. He was our hero. He split the Red Sea. Amazing, breathtaking. And then Hashem gives us the most beautiful ring. The groom gives the bride the most beautiful ring. And of course, is the bride going to refuse this ring? No! It was like Hashem was holding the mountain over our head. Hashem was giving us so much love that we could not refuse. If we would say no, then it's back to Egypt. Can you imagine the bride's mother telling the bride, look, we have the best groom for you. If you don't marry him, then you'll never be able to get married. Of course I'll marry him, she says. Now, is this marriage a real commitment? What about 5 years down the line, after 2 pregnancies and a hard day of work with your job on the line, tough financial markets, Mr. Handsome will say, will you marry me? Will she then say yes? Is this marriage ours? In the time of Purim, Haman wanted to kill all the Jewish people. Had we left the faith, then nothing would have happened to anyone. We would have all escaped the sword, yet we didn't get any funny ideas. We were humble to Hashem and we kept the faith. We made Judaism ours. We were not just Jewish because Hashem took us out from Egypt. We were not just Jewish because it was fun, because it was easy for us. We are Jewish even if it's tough, even if it means risking our lives. And this is why we go ballistic on Purim and not Passover. On Passover it was easy to be Jewish. I mean, who would not be Jewish? If Hashem is splitting the Red Sea and it's free, then why not? Now, in our relationship, we need both. We need the romantic wedding, we need the artificial joy of a band, nice pictures, beautiful wedding dress. And that's why we have the other festival. But Purim is deep. It is the joy that permeates our regular life. In being Jewish, even on Wednesdays, on rainy Wednesdays, and that is why Purim is such a special festival. Shabbat Shalom.